Sexy. Oh yes.
Hello, it's our day 2 in China. We crossed the border at Botan, which is between Laos and China, and we came here with the fast train to Jinghong, where we spent one night, and then we left to see some countryside, and we're going to visit a beautiful village. The name is
Jingmaishan. It's a group of villages actually.
And yeah, we're here to see some tea plantation.
Yeah, so this video is going to be about Jingmaishan, but Jingmaishan is in Pu'er. Pu'er is famous for Pu'er tea. I don't know if you've had it. It usually comes, if you get it from China, it usually comes in a big block. We're going to see a lot of those. It's a very distinct flavor, and I'm looking forward to drinking lots of it while here. It's very caffeinated as well.
So we won't sleep
We're just
while
gonna be
we're here.
cracked out like we were in Azerbaijan and Sheki. We'll put a link to that video.
Go see that video.
Anyway, let's get on with the video. How's your first bus ride in China?
Sleeping. I was sleeping because the road are much better here than in Laos.
Yeah, we're somewhere between Jinghong, where we started, and Jingmaishan, where we're going. It's definitely industrial out here. Taking a quick bathroom break. Okay, we spoke too soon. It got very bumpy.
Yeah, we're in top of the mountain and in between very lush green nature.
Yeah, there's tea fields everywhere here, I think. And this is called Jingmaishan. And we got dropped off a little bit past our hotel. So actually our hotel man is picking us up, which is very useful. And everyone's just been so friendly here, like even the driver. In every other country we've been to, I feel like the drivers are usually like so nonchalant and just like whatever. But here he was like, you should have told me, and then he called the guy, helped us translate. Now he's picking us up. It's nice of you.
Country life for us for the next, I don't know, 2 days?
2 days.
5 days, who knows
Yeah.
where we'll end up in the next days.
Yeah. So we're basically starting here, and then we're gonna work our way up to some of the other villages that were recommended, but we're kind of gonna be a bit spontaneous because we don't know if it's easy to get from village to village. We want to get up to Lijiang and Shangri-La and stuff, but now we're on the western side of Yunnan. We're starting in Pu'er region, I guess you can say. Province is like the whole thing, Yunnan province. Okay, it's probably like the region, I guess, administrative region. And then we're gonna work our way around. So it's gonna be a bit of a spontaneous one. Let's see.
So for the first time in few months, we are experiencing cold temperature. There's a
little
chill breeze.
Yes.
First impression of this village.
Oh, it's really cute. I don't think there's a supermarket. There's gonna be a supermarket around. That's what we're kind of on the hunt for. But yeah, it's adorable, and like the family's already really nice. So we'll show you some of them later, hopefully.
Yeah, and the buildings remind us a bit of Japan, especially Kanazawa.
I was thinking
like
more
the
like
samurai
Manazo.
houses, remote places in
Yeah.
Japan, off the beaten path. Not too much Kanazawa.
It's a bit not, I don't know if it's hazy or a bit I guess foggy today, so we can't see so much out, but it looks like it's a beautiful place, so I'm happy we're here for 2 nights.
2 minutes later.
A kind man invited us into his home, which also doubled as a tea factory.
Yeah, we had a guided tour, but I did not understand anything.
I understood
Of
about
course.
half, maybe.
Yeah, they produce tea
Yes.
here. We saw the dry leaves, fresh leaves. They have 2 types of tea, right?
Actually, like 4, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't know the other ones. There's like white tea, Pu Erh tea, and then there was 2 other ones that I've never heard of before. But yeah, we saw the whole process from like how they dry it to the place that they roast it to. Some of them get roasted and then some of them just get dried. So this is where all the tea in this particular place is laid out. Okay, it's time to process some of the tea. This is our friend here. Let's see how. And guide, who's like showing us this journey of tea. Pu'er tea comes in 2 main types. There's raw and ripe. Raw pu'er is made by pan-frying fresh leaves to halt oxidation, rolling them, and then sun-drying them. It starts out fresh and slightly astringent, but naturally ferments and deepens in flavor over years. And it's very strong, the smell. It's very smoky. It's very hot. Whereas there's ripe pu'er, on the other hand, which undergoes an accelerated fermentation process called 五对, where the leaves are piled, dampened, and left to ferment with microbial activity, creating a dark, earthy, and smooth tea in just a few months. Yeah, it's really cool actually. This guy lives and breeds tea, and we're gonna have some tea now.
So tea cultivation has been happening here for nearly 2,000 years. It's the oldest and best preserved tea forest in the world. Since 2023, this area has been included in UNESCO's list due to its unique landscape and ethnic diversity.
So this is from 2016, this tea. From what I understand, like tea is a bit like wine. It ages like wine in a way. This one's from 2016 and it takes a while for the flavors to like fully come out. But I might have not fully gotten that. This one is like one type of leaf, and then this one's a mix of different types of tea leaves. So.
看到我们呢这里，哎，他们说要泡茶吗？多少钱？我说免费的，他们就来买我家了嘛。
懂你的哦，谢谢你，非常感谢你。
对对。
This is the white tea. It's called Beichang. Yeah, it's really good. It's more very herbal tea. Very lighter than this one. You can see the color. It's very different.
So what are you learning about tea so far?
I'm learning that we are having a lot of tea. We won't sleep tonight.
Yeah.
And
we're not sure which ones have
won't.
caffeine actually.
I hope so.
These ones for sure do. Pu'er tea is very strong with caffeine, so we're gonna try to drink less of those, but let's see. Anyway, this guy is just super nice. He's just keeps saying like it's free. Like I just want to welcome you into China, and everyone's just nice. So after enough tea for a lifetime, we headed back to the guest house to find some food. Except we're doing another tea tasting. Number 2. We thought we were gonna eat and now we're doing more tea. I think they only run on tea here, actually. And these are our new friends. 早安, good morning.
Good morning.
It's entirely too early, but we're on the way to the sunrise. The entire hotel. The entire hotel is going, and we're in the way of the cars. Our hotel host is kindly bringing all of us to watch the sunrise. So let's go.
Okay, we are in this viewpoint waiting for the sunrise, and more mountains appear between the fog.
Yeah, I think we feel skeptical that the sun is gonna rise because it's a bit cloudy, but he's like, just wait, it's gonna come. So we trust him. We trust the Laoban.
And it's so green here, it's really a tropical forest. So I still think we are in the dry season.
True.
There's supposed to be 2 seasons here, so dry and rainy one.
much action at this hour. Everyone's awaiting the sun, and then some people are doing Tai Chi. It's really cute. It's just like from the paintings that you see, the Chinese paintings. Although, I guess, I don't know. Have you ever seen any of Chinese painting? There's lots of Chinese paintings that are done where there's like tea hills and they show the sunrise and they show the mists and everything.
Yes. How do you say sunrise in Chinese?
I just learned this
Just
because,
learned it.
yeah, 日出, and the sunset is 日落. This guest house is totally rocked it with the breakfast. We have some,
It's a full meal.
yeah, we have some Yunnan style noodles, youtiao, which is like the Chinese style donuts, boiled eggs, we have soy milk. It's like a proper Chinese breakfast.
Kanji.
Oh yeah.
Kanji.
Which is not pictured. China is just the gift that keeps on giving. The Laoban, the boss here, is just like, oh yeah, you can get in the car and go with these girls somewhere, and now we're going somewhere and we don't know where.
We don't have to plan anything.
Yeah. It's quite nice actually, but yeah, it's a bit of a lot. It's only 9 o'clock and we're already like on our third activity of the day. We are in the糯岗老寨water village. It's a Dai Village, and it's situated above the fog line. So in the wintertime, actually, you have this amazing scenery where you're actually like above the fog and you're walking through and you feel like you're in a majestic place. Since it's a bit warmer now and we're almost in spring, you don't see that as much, but it's still beautiful. Yeah, so Yunnan is filled with ethnic minorities. So just small groups of people that speak completely different languages from the standard like Han Chinese standard Mandarin. We met someone yesterday who was from the Bai Minzu group, which is like the Bai ethnic minority. And then we also met a bunch of people from the Dai ethnic minority, and there's a bunch of like sub branches of that. And they were trying to teach us some of their languages, and it's just so different from English and Mandarin. Obviously English, but yeah, it's so different from Mandarin, which I found surprising.
Yeah, it's a very rich, culturally rich area, not only for the landscape.
Yeah, and the more we go out to some of these the more we go out to some of these villages further out in Yunnan, we're gonna encounter more and more like different types of ethnic minorities.
I was saying that it's very photogenic.
Yeah.
It's very photogenic. Let's look at the light.
Yeah, it's definitely photogenic. It's well preserved as well. Like they do a lot of restoration to these Chinese tourist towns, but honestly, in a way, it's worth it because at least you just don't have dustiness and.
Thankfully, we don't get through day from walking in this village.
Yeah. Okay, we got ourselves into a situation. Our new outfits. We'll show more later. Hold on.
We spent $25 to dress. 25 euro, okay, that's almost the same. To dress up like Dai.
Just walking around in our Dai clothes. It's starting to get a little bit hot. I definitely feel like I didn't wear enough deodorant for the sake of these clothes.
This ear is getting very
Yeah, we're not sure what the purpose of these little flaps are. I think it's just style. Anyway, the village is beautiful. We're up above it now. It's absolutely stunning. The roofs are just really cool, and they have these kind of like horseshoe things on all of them that we've been seeing around. Oh, they're more like horns, but I guess it means like good fortune and luck, probably. And then there's a nice little like Buddhist temple in the distance too.
I'm sweating like a pig.
这是我们的朋友，叫什么名字？我没有。小夫。妮妮，这个两个美女，小夫妮妮，我们刚刚认识的朋友。We just met them. The ironic thing is when we were in Jinhong in Sichuanbana, we saw so many people dressed up in the local clothing there. I guess it was also Dai clothing as well. And we were like, we would never do that. This is so weird. And then here we are, dressed like Dai people. You're gonna see the link right here.
So the Dai people in the Jingmaishan mountain practice Theravada Buddhism. And this is the temple of the village.
Yeah, so actually every village is gonna have a temple, big or small. And yeah, this is the same religion that they practice in Laos. The majority of the people practice in Laos as well. Maybe Thailand too.
Well, this village is a lot of fun, but also we had to take a lot of photos.
Yeah,
because
everyone's taking photos. You have to take photos. So 这个都是特色的
五花肉，五花肉香肠，
，OK，
然后那个是烤鸭、烤鸡、烤鸡，
这是烤鸡，
烤鸡对，
这是五花肉、香肠、烤鸡，
好，
这是当地的米饭，
对他们当地的跟我们那边
这个应该是红
内陆
米
川的吃的不一样。
吃饭了，吃饭了，吃饭了。
In this village you can also get an ice cream made of tea. You have two tastes. One is black tea and the other one is strawberry. I went for the black tea. It's interesting.
Okay, we're in the next village, Wangji.
So Wenji means divination.
Divination.
Which is the name of one of the attack of Pokemon.
Okay. Okay,
Super
we're not
tight.
selling this so well. It's a village of another ethnic minority called the Blang.
These
Roosters.
people, his
Yeah.
ancestor has a premonition that they had to build the village in this location.
Ah, yeah.
That's why it's called the divination.
Wangji. Sorry, we're like
By
half
the way,
asleep.
I was sleeping in the car until 1 minute ago.
Yeah.
Before reading the description of the village.
So if our explanations are a little bit lackadaisical, that's why. A 700-year-old tree.
But
And our girls are like, we have 1,000-year-old trees in Jiangxi. So this is not impressive.
which kind of tree is it?
It's called a Ficus religiosa.
These are the typical stilted house. Typical stilted houses
Can you fit inside?
of this village. More or less.
Okay, you're a little tall. We just met this amazing woman inside this home. She's over 80 years old, but it was very hard to communicate because she couldn't speak Putonghua Mandarin. But she was from the Blang ethnic minority that lives in the village. And she smokes a really hardcore pipe. Okay, before we leave this village, we stopped by the Buddhist temple of Blang of Wangjing divinity. It's quite beautiful,
Yeah,
especially like the 3-story pagoda over there. 大一点，大一点，
大一点。
特别大，那个吃。
That cypress is 2,580 years old, and the trees are considered very sacred for this tribe. Okay, so I think we are done with the village hopping for today. Maybe we'll get a tea in the village where we are staying.
Okay, it's dinner time and the beer is warm. And we're basically eating in a garage.
We found a restaurant in this village.
But they,
There are two.
yeah, but they gave us these to eat. And we have a Dali beer, which is upside down. And we'll show you the rest of it.
So we are at the end of day 3 in China.
Yes.
And so far, China has been overwhelming for me. Maybe because we haven't started from the big cities, Shanghai, Beijing, but we started from the more authentic and real China. And especially today and yesterday, we were in villages. And yeah, it's a lot because, you know, people speak only in Chinese, and yeah, the food is only Chinese, and yeah, it tend to be a bit heavy. You can find a toast, you can find what else? A slice of pizza here, of course. So I mean, it's still good, but yeah, it's on the heavy side. And yeah, and we still don't know if we keep on with the village hopping tomorrow, or we go to a bigger city. That depends from when our boss is.
Yeah, but to be fair, you've done well. Like, I used to live in China, I've mentioned before, so it's like, for me, I don't have the culture shock, but like, I understand anyone who comes to China, any friend I've ever had who came and visited me, it was like culture shock, and it should be, because it's like, it's just such a different place from anything out there, really, and like, there's so many people, the language is completely different, it's not one of those places that's so, like, they don't speak Western languages so much, so it's a bit hard to like integrate in and everything. But
it has never been colonized. I also noticed this difference with I don't know, a remote village of Laos, but there you can still find baguette and croissant, pain chocolat.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, you can still find tourists. You can still speak English.
Yeah.
And yeah, here is very rare to happen.
Yeah, but don't be so hard on yourself. You're doing well. I feel bad. It's just a lot of time. But the cool thing is, like, everyone is so freaking friendly. Like, to the point where it's like, what the hell? This is like just genuine kindness. Like, they just let you into their place. We had tea every single hour, basically.
Yeah, you can really experience fame visiting China, because yeah, everybody wants to interact with you, at least in these remote places, and yeah, everybody is so kind.
Yeah.
And yeah, everybody invites you for a tea and more. So and you end up staying there for 2 hours and talking, or in my case, listening Chinese.
Yeah. You literally can't go, like, we went to dinner tonight and we're like, oh, we're just gonna have a dinner and go back, and then the table next to us is like, what are you doing here? And then starts talking to us, and then gives us glasses of baijiu, which is like the white the rice wine, which is really, really strong. And then we're like, okay, we gotta go. And then we walk next door, and then they're like, oh, come into the hotel just for like a tea. So we go in, and then we have a whole tea ceremony again, completely free. They're just being genuinely friendly. But it's just I forgot how nice people are here. It's like, I don't think there's a place in the world where people are this genuinely hospitable. So
in case we end up this video here, thanks for watching, and otherwise see you in the next episode.